Yo, welcome back, guys, to the road to profitability number 4. It's day number 4, and we got a lot to talk about today. So last night we took a trade. Trade played out in our favor. There's 2 unfortunate scenarios, though, in this trade that I will go over. So this will be a trade recap as well. That's kind of what I think I'm going to do is I'll do like the road to profitabilities plus the trade recaps. So I'll talk a little bit and then get into the trade recaps. I'll do this until someone tells me they kind of want them separate. And if they do want them separate, like trade recap separate from road to profitability, let me know. I can make that happen. Leave a comment down below if you'd rather see that separate, or if you don't really care and you want to see it into the road to profitability. Anyways, let's get into this video. So I got quite a bit to talk about today, and first things first is I want to go over just what I thought going into London session yesterday and what happened. So I'm gonna go up here. So I sent this out to the Discord yesterday at 4:27 p.m. You can see that right there. And I'll pull it up so you can see what I wanted to see in this area down here. So there was a 4-hour order block. I didn't have it drawn up, but there was a 4-hour order block right below these lows here. So what I wanted to see is price come down, come back up, tap in, boom, come take out the highs, come take out this high right here. So that was like that's what my thought process was. And this was, like I said, I was at 4:20, so roughly like hour and a half before London open. That was my thought process. Now, if we go to the charts today, let's take a look at what happened. We took out that low, price pushed up and took out the high. It's literally exactly what I wanted to see. The unfortunate part about this is I was not able to take a trade off of it. I did end up getting into a trade, and I'll go over that. It wasn't my typical entry, and I'll explain why I got in, and I'll explain why I entered the trade, explain why I wouldn't have entered the trade if it was because of something else, but let's get into this anyway. So I'll go over a little bit here. So that's exactly what I wanted to see, right? I wanted to see price push down, take out this low, and then we can take out the highs up there. So if you take a look, we came down. I'll just erase this really quick. So we came down, we took out this low here, right? So what was I thinking? Well, I want to see my typical entry, 1 minute breaker structure, market structure shift, or something like that. We literally, as soon as we got into London session, we got so much volume. So price just ripped up. We had no way of entering off here. I was thinking, I want to enter off this fair value gap here, maybe the 50% level of this fair value gap, which would be aligned with like a 5-minute order block. But we never even came down to tap it back in, and we just came up and ripped out the highs there. So that was the unfortunate part, that there was no entry for that specific move. But now we'll get into the entry that I was able to get in for the second little part of the move. So I was looking at this. So I see that we broke structure on the 15-minute time frame. We broke structure on the 5-minute, the 3-minute, the 1 minute, and then the 15. So that just gave me confidence, like, hey, price has the ability to go up. We swept out the lows, and the higher time frames are telling me price wants to go up. Why? Like, let's find a reason to get in. Let's find a spot to get in that will give us a discount, and then we can catch the move to the upside. So my entry and my interest was on this 15-minute order block right here. So that's where I actually looked. I set my limit there, put the stop down below, obviously target take profit 1 there, and then take profit 2 is usually a 1 to 2, like I say to you guys. So take profit 2 is like roughly around there, but I wanted to see it go up to here, and I'll explain why in a minute, but we'll go over what happens. So price comes up, see this massive push down, taps into the order block literally right as the first hour of London sessions coming to an end. Beautiful reaction off of that, and we just soar through the roof, hitting 1 to 2 almost on the dot. So Beautiful trade. That was it was actually, we chatted in Discord about that. It was me and two other guys. We were just chatting about the same trade, and we all took it, all made some money on this. It was a beautiful trade. Super happy with this one. Now, the unfortunate part about this was I did not take this on my funded account. And the reason why is because I guess with Funded X, which is the current prop firm I'm using, and it sounds like this is happening with multiple prop firms, but they're no longer getting supported by MetaTrader. So MT4 and MT5 no longer supported. So when I went on to my MetaTrader to go take the trade, it was showing I couldn't even trade. And then I went to my emails really quick, and I received an email from them saying that we've switched to, I believe it's called like DX Trader or something like that. So they've made the switch, and then I have to get my my username and password from them again, this and that. So I sent them an email really quick, but obviously I never got an email back in time to enter any sort of trade because we were currently in the session. So it just didn't work out in my favor. I did take this on my small account. I do have like a very, very tiny account from when I first started trading. Instead of trading demo, I wanted to open up a small account, just like $100 account, and so I could trade that and just have at least somewhat kind of emotions attached to the account as it's live funds. So I took the trade on that account, and still we made money, but obviously I would have liked it to been on my funded account because then we would have made back yesterday's loss. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, we still won the trade, and the trade went in our favor. I was able to call exactly where price was going to go, exactly where price was going to react off of. So at the end of the day, it's all a win. Like, switching over to things, before I was taking trades on my phone. So I was actually taking the trades on my phone, like I said, through MetaTrader. For this instance, I was taking the trades through MetaTrader 5. Now I have to take them through a completely different app, I guess you'd call it, or a website or whatever, which is DX Trades, I believe it's called. I can't quite remember. But the difference with this is that taking the trades through that is all through the computer. So I'll actually bring it up here. And so this is what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. I did get rid of a lot of windows there. Usually once you start up, you'll have like a window here, and a big window down here, but I just brought up this. But you can actually see the charts, and apparently these charts are actually from TradingView themselves. I still got to learn this platform because it's so confusing to me. Like, I wouldn't say super confusing, but I still just got to take some time and learn it. There's a full video that the owner of Funded X actually released on how to use this, so I'm going to be studying that today and learning about this whole platform. I still am most likely going to be doing all my charting on TradingView and then kind of going back and forth of taking the trade. I'll just be able to see exactly where, I'll be able to set exactly where I want to see the trade on this chart, but I'll be doing the charting as it's a lot easier on TradingView itself, and this is what I'm comfortable with. But this is the new platform. So what this means now, I can live trade. I can actually make videos of me live trading almost the entire time since I'm no longer trading from my phone. Like, I'm no longer taking the trade on my phone. So that's going to be something cool for the future here. I'm going to be able to release more live videos and live trades. And I know some of you guys wanted to see that. So that's a thumbs up, and I'm super pumped on that. So basically, I'll be spending today learning this platform. I may open up a demo account and trade the last day this week on demo, and maybe a couple days next week on demo, just to get a hang of the platform so I don't mess anything up on the funded account. But that being said, it actually is the first of the month. It is the first of the month. And what does that mean? It means time to go over funded account stats for the month. So as of right now, we're sitting at 3.5% on the account. All right, so obviously we would have made more if we didn't have that little hiccup last night with the whole switching of platforms, and I would have been prepared for the trading session. I would have been actually up 4.5%. as I would have made 1% off that trade last night. But it is what it is, and it's just the way she goes. I am going to count that one as a win, and technically I'd be up 4.5%, but right now we're up 3.5%, and we're currently sitting at, on the whole funded account, we're sitting at 65.22 win rate. And if you take a look at our wins, we'll go to February 1st, which is right here, or sorry, February 2nd. So we took a loss, took another loss, and then this is the start of our big win streak. So I risked 0.5% for this one because it's all 1 to 2s. So 0.5% on this trade, then another 0.5%, 0.25% for this trade. And then we broke even here, or sorry. Then we broke even here, and then we had another break even day, and then we took another one, and then another one, and then this was yesterday's loss, or I guess 2 days ago it was loss. And then there should be another one in here as well for a win, but that's totally okay. So we're currently sitting at 5,177. We need to reach 5,400 in order to pass this challenge. So at the rate things are going, I think we're going to be passing this challenge quite soon. I think we're going to. I may start getting a little bit more aggressive, as it is a only $5,000 account. I may get a little bit more aggressive, and if I have like a 2% buffer, then I'll risk 1% per trade, and so that will just kind of get the process going a little bit quicker, because I'm starting to really trust my strategy. I'm starting to trust the process. I'm starting to trust everything. It's all, my confidence is getting way more than what it used to be. I get into the trade, I sit back. If it is take a loss, then it is what it is. It's not a big deal. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I've been watching a lot of podcasts, and people say that's the way of doing it, because then you can kind of get there quicker. But as soon as you get below that 2% buffer, so let's say you're at 2% and then you take a 1% loss, now you're back down to 1%, then start risking 0.5% so that you can make your way back up to that 2%. So there is a little bit of a way of playing around with this, and I think I'm going to go into next week with that thought. That's kind of where we're sitting at, though. I'm very, very happy with how this month went. We took 10 trades, and 7 of them were winners if you count the 2 break-even trades. Now, the reason why I'm counting break-even trades as winners is because they both hit take profit 1. We just came back and got stopped out of break-even, as I don't take partials. So at the end of the day, I look at them all as winners. But things are starting to look pretty good. I'm feeling a lot more confident, like I said. This is just the beginning of where we're at right now. I think we got so much more to go. We got so much more to learn. We got so much more to just so much more. Never stop learning every single day, and that's the whole process of this game, right? I was watching a little interview of somebody saying, it was talking about Tiger Woods, actually, like how he is one of the greatest golfers in the world, but he's still constantly going out there and working on his swing constantly. It's like the same with these professional basketball players, right? They still train, they're still getting the shots, the 3-pointer shots every single day. They're trying to put the repetitions in. And that's the same thing that goes with this, is you need to get back onto the charts every day and just back test, forward test, live trade, this, that. You constantly be working on yourself, and not only on the charts, just on your mental as well, and just everything. Make sure your everyday life is going good. Make sure that your mindset is clear. Make sure you're just constantly, if you're consuming content, make sure it's positive content and not this negative crap that just fills your brain. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. That was a bit of a longer video, I know that, but got a lot to talk about today, and I'm pretty pumped on how this week went. I understand that we started off pretty weak, and then we went into a losing trade, but yesterday just made up for that, even though it wasn't on the funded account. Still pretty pumped. I'm not here like this year is not really I'm not really focusing on the money this year. Like, I'm not focusing on the money at all. Like, I'm trading a $5,000 account. The only reason why I have the $5,000 account was so that there's more emotion connected to it, because I'm like, with a demo account, I got to a point where, like, oh, I take a loss, I take another loss, I take another loss, delete, restart, right? Funded account, you can't do that. So there was a point where I was in a drawdown position, like, period, but I got myself out of it. And that's a huge thing to learn from, is can you get yourself out of drawdown situations? instead of just delete the account, you have to actually pull through. And I've done that. And I'm not saying it was a big drawdown. I think it was like 1% drawdown, but still it was a drawdown period where I lost a few trades in a row, and I had to pull myself out of that. Now we're up a bit more, and we got that buffer to work from. So at the end of the day, we're just here to we're just here to build good habits this year. We're here to, define the edge, get the edge setting, get the strategy dialed in, and just know exactly what you're going to do in the session, know what you're looking for, knowing what you want to see. And if you don't see this, then I'm not taking the trade. That goes back to the good habits. That's all this year's really focused on, and that's why I'm not trading. That's why I'm not stepping straight into $100,000 challenge. It's just because I'm not really caring for the money too much. Like, I just want to build those good habits for then when I get into the $100,000 account, I have these good habits I can put into it and then build from there. And it's kind of how we're going into this year. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be posting a lot more in the future. Leave a comment of what you guys may want to see in the future, because I'm going to read them all. I'm going to look into it. I'm coming up with lots of new ideas. And like I said, I'll be posting every day to second day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.